Okay. This is 414 Hartford Ave in Des Moines. They upgraded everything above ground to PVC. Below ground is cast iron. Let's see. Pushing some sludge down here. I'm so concerned about. I got a bunch of sludge on my cable here, so it might take a minute to clean it all off. Oh yeah. Forget to mention, hopefully you have a strong stomach.
Sludge.
Yep, it's sewer sludge. Everybody's got it.
Everybody's got it, yeah.
Yeah.
Earlier, what he's doing now, I think he found out. Yeah. What do you call it? That terracotta piping? What's that called? Or the red?
Oh, you're talking about Orangeburg?
Orangeburg. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like little closet cutouts in the bedrooms. There's no doors.
Interesting. Yeah. These are internal doors.
Skinny. These aren't like, you know, a regular size door.
Right.
I bet you those.
Bet you're right. Yeah. Yeah.
Old school basement.
What you got?
You used to slope these the entire floor all the way down to a floor drain. So we haven't applied. I'm just running water right now to try and clean some of this stuff off so I can see with my camera.
Gotcha.
Hey Tony, would you mind turning that faucet off?
Yeah.
Thank you. Alright, glove before I grab that line.
Yeah, right.
Pulling underwater right now, what you're saying.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Got a very interesting angle here. So right here you can see my grade. I'm almost ahead of the camera. Doesn't look like it's actually vertical. We have a little belly in the pipe here. This is underneath the house still. So what we're seeing is a little bit of water just standing there. And you can see it's pretty stagnant. It's not really moving. So what that tells me is that we just have a little belly in the pipe. It's not a totally major concern unless these things back up often. What ends up happening with those bellies in the line is the water is actually just going to fill it up and then just spill over it. So sometimes they don't cause as many problems, but you do want to be aware that you do have a couple bellies in the line there. It's not that uncommon for a house this age. So if I go underwater for too long, I'm not going to be able to see much. At that point, we're just going to recommend to get this thing cleaned out and rescoped so you can actually have a good view of the line. Typically though, once I kind of hop over the belly, and that's what toilet paper looks like as it dissolves. Once I hop over the belly, I can see everything I need to see. So, from about 25 to 36 feet is what I'm saying right here. So, got about a 10-foot little span where it's holding a little bit of water. So we can get fully past it. So, you see kind of off to the right here, looks like snow almost. That's scale buildup. That's very common, and that could potentially be the cause of that belly as well. The scale builds up in there and can create a pocket for that water to sit into. What I am seeing though is I'm seeing opening out of the pipe.
How long is the belly?
About 10 feet. It's like right here.
Oh, okay.
So I'll go over another one there.
Ovally, huh?
That's what I thought I had seen, but I could, this is a little early in the morning, it could be crazy. This water's flowing down, it looks like, so that's a good thing. Let's see, I think the scale threw me off.
Is this the only issue, is this the first 10 feet?
What I've seen.
Oh, you haven't gone the whole way yet?
I had to run water because this part was pretty slushed up and I got my camera dirty, so a little bit of it I can't quite see. Water's flowing in the right direction, but seeing some scale. I'm not actually seeing that overlaying out I thought I was seeing earlier. Look at how much scale is in there.
Yeah.
Completely cake the pipe. Okay.
Really clean though.
Do it down here again. Boom. Okay, I need to see that.
That's a good drop there.
Yes, it is. I think it's scale, bud.
Sometimes we'll see these where, right now you can pretty much see the whole pipe, but sometimes we'll see the bottom edges just completely build up. So this is like a small river running through it, just because the scale builds up so much.
The scale, I think of calcium. I think
that's what it is.
That's what it is. Uric salt. Salt from urine as well.
What is that? The expansion cone?
Kind of what that looks like, isn't it?
Yeah. Somebody flushed it down the toilet?
I hopped right past it. Yeah. Okay. Whatever that is, it's caught on a huge piece of calcium. It's created two little rivers right around it. I have no idea what there it is. That's a first. It's right in the middle of the pipe.
It's like on the ceiling of the pipe,
Yeah, it's
right?
crazy. It might be connected to the ceiling. It's kind of tough to see. Oh, no, it's coming just straight off the floor.
Weird that it looks connected to it.
Yeah.
See it
Okay,
pops
finally
off.
see a hub here. This is kind of what I'm looking for, is the connection points of the pipes.
Okay.
That's where most of the breaks occur. If you have tree roots that have ever gotten in, that's where they come in at.
I don't see any.
I'm not seeing any.
Nice.
Got a few bellies. again, I think it's scale. Just the sheer amount of scale that I'm seeing in here, I think it's just scale. I don't think it's an actual issue with the pipe. Here's another one.
Interesting.
It almost does look like expansion funnel. Diving right underneath. Okay. I did too. It did go completely underwater though. Okay. So just from what I've seen, I'm already going to recommend a clean and re-scrub. Obviously, an obstruction directly in the middle of the drain is the last thing that we want to see.
That's about 600 bucks to have on
That was my
Sure.
question.
And then, not all companies will, but they will
There's the city stuff.
re-scope it so you can see what it looks like after that.
Yeah, so most of your line is underwater. And I think it's because of the scale buildup in there and whatever that thing was that we saw.
So ideally, it would be dry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not seeing stagnant water is my other goal. But it's sloshing back and forth, making me think that the scale's actually caused multiple bellies, but this thing isn't backing up because it has proper grade, which is a good thing, because that means all you have to do is clean it out.
Yeah.
But again, there's a lot of the line that we couldn't see, so that's why I recommend having the line scoped after it gets cleaned out, so you can see what's going on in there, or if there's some crazy reason why the scale's building up in there, we want to see that too.
You didn't find any Orangeburg though, so
Nope.
that's
Kind
so
of
the materials are
number
good.
one. Yep, this is cast,
Yeah.
and they have a clay tile sewer in the street. And that's the city's responsibility.
Yeah.
Yep. But once we get a clearer view of this, it'll be a lot easier to determine. I just don't like to see breaks underground is all. And I saw it looks like they used to have a tree out there at some point in time. Tree roots are notorious for clogging drains. But since the tree is no longer there, I guess we need grease rods. It's hopping all over the place because of the scale buildup. The drain cleaner will know, I mean, it's his determination what he wants to do. They might choose to jet it. Take a high pressure water line and actually put it down the drain to break some of that scale off the walls of the piping.
And that water pressure will get a lot of it off.
Yeah, it'll clean it completely.
Otherwise, they put like a big old wire brush or something. What?
It's so there's a couple different ways you can do it. They have a descaling head that actually has just two chains on it that are about this long, and as it spins in the drain, it just knocks that stuff off.
Sure it does.
So a lot of those guys, I've talked to a few of them, and they prefer the jetter just because the water, that it's not just knocking it off the sides of the pipe. The water's actually flowing it to the city main too. So that's up to them, but
Knock it off the wall and let it sit there.
yeah, you don't want that because then another calcium will rebuild and then it'll just reform to the side walls of the pipe, and that's.
So you're an inspector only. Do you also do contract work like that?
Oh
or-
yeah. Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I have